Employee turnover intention refers to an employee's intention to leave an organization and often leads to actual resignation. Today, many organizations in Malaysia and worldwide face high turnover due to competitive job markets and greater job mobility. This issue is important because high turnover affects organizational stability and lower productivity. Replacing employees frequently also increase long-term costs and operational challenges. Several factors contribute to turnover intention, including job stress, heavy workload, burnout, and lack of organizational support. Therefore, this article review examines 10 journal articles and 2 new reports to better understand employee turnover intention.
Now, I will explain the objectives of this study. The first objective is to review turnover intention among employees in the workplace. The second objective is to analyze the factors affecting turnover intention. And the third objective is to suggest possible recommendations to reduce turnover intention. For this slide, I will explain the main issues of turnover intention and where the studies were conducted. First, work stress and work pressure were reported by 3 authors. The studies were conducted in the construction industry in Sarawak, 5-star hotels in Turkey, and the IT industry in Perak, Malaysia. This shows that work stress happens in industry with heavy workload. Next, poor leadership was reported by 2 authors. The study were conducted in a hospital in Vietnam and a logistic company in Indonesia. This means poor leadership creates a negative work environment. Next, burnout was reported by 1 author. The study was conducted in the banking sector in Pakistan. Employees who feel emotionally tired are more likely to leave. In addition, unclear job roles were reported by 1 author. The study was conducted in the manufacturing sector in northern Malaysia. As we can see in this slide, low job satisfaction was reported by 1 author. The study was done in the food and beverage industry in Malaysia. When employees are not happy with their job, they want to leave. Next, poor career growth was reported by 1 author. The study was done in different sectors in Malaysia. When there is no chance to grow or learn, employees think about leaving their job. Moreover, poor workplace well-being was reported by 1 author. The study was done in the food and beverage industry in Selangor, Malaysia. High stress and poor well-being make employees feel tired and unhappy. Lastly, high employee turnover was reported by 2 news sources. The reports focused on the job market in Malaysia.
Now, we go to the analysis of the issue. Based on the table, we found that job stress and fatigue significantly affect turnover intention. 2 authors found that when employees feel stressed, they are more likely to think about leaving their jobs. For example, Amalina Ibrahim 2023 and Jia Ying and Muda 2023 reported that high workload and job stress significantly increase employees' turnover intention. In addition, 2 others authors' study also show that fatigue, especially emotional fatigue, play an important role. Studies by Ungaran 2024 and Zeshan 2021 found that fatigue reduced job satisfaction and directly increased turnover intention. However, role conflict and unclear jobs role, as reported by Moon 2024, makes employees feel more stressed and unhappy at work. Study by Sari 2025 and Palm 2024 found that good leadership and supervisory support can reduce turnover intention by increasing job satisfaction.
Next, on job satisfaction, studies by Pei et al. 2025 and Ungren et al. 2024 found that low job satisfaction and weak organizational commitment significantly increase turnover intention. Employees who feel undervalued or stressed are more likely to leave their organization. Next, workplace well-being is another major issue. Research by Zakara et al. 2022 and Ogundare 2025 shows that high psychological risk and organizational stress lead to burnout, job dissatisfaction, and eventually higher turnover rates. Lastly, Malaysian industry reports by Aman 2025 and Libatik 2025 shows that burnout, long working condition, and job dissatisfaction drive employees to seek better work-life balance elsewhere.
Sari 2025 reported that organizations implement continuous training programs to improve employee competence and motivation. Zishan 2021 highlighted that organizations apply fair and transparent human resource policies, including equal employment opportunities and objective performance evaluation systems. Jaying and Muda 2023 found that organizations focus on long-term career development through structured professional development programs and clear career progression pathway. Moon 2024 reported that organizations in the manufacturing sector improve work-life balance arrangements and offer competitive compensation package. Pay 2025 showed that organizations in the food and beverage industry strengthen organizational commitment through employee engagement initiative and positive workplace climates. Zakaria 2022 reported that management addresses excessive workload and sickness presentism to reduce employee burnout. Palm 2024 found that healthcare organizations provide adequate technical support to reduce task-related strain. Ogundar 2025 highlighted that organizations minimize organizational stressor by improving reward system and managing work pressure.
However, as highlighted by Sari et al. 2025, these efforts can be further strengthened by implementing more structured and regular training programs to consistently enhance job satisfaction and employee engagement. Building on this literature suggests that organizations should not only implement these policies but also ensure consistent follow-up and enforcement to foster stronger psychological ownership among employees, as emphasized by Zeshan et al. 2021. Jering and Muda 2023 recommend that organizations should further prioritize structured professional skills enhancement and clear career progression pathways rather than relying on short-term incentives like immediate promotions or salary increases. However, Young et al. 2024 suggests that these initiatives can be optimized by enhancing shift flexibility and regularly monitoring employee satisfaction to further reduce turnover. So, based on the Pay et al. 2025 and Zakara et al. 2022, organizations are encouraged to strengthen these efforts through tailored wellness programs and closer monitoring of workloads to prevent burnout. The three reviewed studies recommend going a step further by implementing comprehensive support systems such as mentoring and psychological support, while also strengthening employees' perceived job security, as highlighted by Palm et al. 2024, Ogunari 2025, and Ungaran et al. 2024. Malina Ibrahim et al. 2023 emphasized the importance of continuous role clarification, regular task review, and cultivating a supportive work culture that caters to employees across different age groups. Job satisfaction serves as a key mediator between workplace stress and turnover intention, and psychological ownership and technological support can further mitigate the risk of quitting if properly managed. Ultimately, turnover is driven by a combination of personal, organizational, and work-related factors, not a single issue. So these findings provide meaningful insight for organizations seeking to improve working conditions, support employee well-being, and implement effective human resource management strategies in the future.